youth workers have quite a specific role to play within the construct of a situation of bullying, and that's because they have a unique positioning within that structure. They're not directly involved, I'm thinking more of school bullying here, more directly involved, plus they have quite a different relationship to young people than most other adults of their kind. But from what I can see, there's very little training specifically on bullying for young people and how to treat, or how to, I want to say handle, that's not the right word, how to look after a young person that is within their youth group who is being bullied outside of their youth group. And that is what I'm wanting to address in this video. My name is Tom Turner. I am the founder of Strength Restored, which is an anti-bullying initiative here in the UK. I've got a number of tips to give you, and I will get straight on with them. If you're watching this video, I'm guessing you have an interest in helping people who are being bullied. And so the first thing that I would suggest is educate yourself. It may seem fairly obvious, but a lot of people think that their experiences of bullying are the extent of what bullying is, and that is not the case. Bullying is quite a vast sort of subject, and there are types of bullying that you may not know about. So educate yourself. In a future video I'm going to go into the types of bullying and things, so watch these videos. There are numerous books out there, wonderful books out there, mainly by Americans, about bullying and about that sort of social construct. But it's so vital to understand bullying because so many people go in without the education or without the knowledge, and they kind of mess things up. Be sensitive. Again, this might seem an obvious one, but a lot of a kind of role for a youth worker is to be jovial, is to be upbeat and things. But sometimes they can miss the mark with some people, and a young person coming to a youth group, if they're being bullied, is looking for some kind of belonging. And if you're not sensitive with the area that is worrying them, I can't think of a specific example, but if you treat it too lightheartedly, they might back away, they might not return to your youth group. And that's the one thing you want, is for them to return to you so you can help them recover from the bullying as well as they're having elsewhere. One of the traps that parents can fall into is that their child isn't capable of bullying. And I think this is something that youth workers can fall into as well. But I think we have to realise that our young people do act differently in certain situations. We all do, but they will do. And so they might be doing something outside of your youth group that they wouldn't do within your youth group. And so don't be naive in thinking that the people within your youth group aren't capable of bullying, because everyone's capable of bullying, and it might be that they have mistakenly and accidentally offended someone and it's turned into a case of bullying by accident, but it still needs to be dealt with, and being in denial doesn't help anyone. Try and gauge all the different reasons why people start to bully. One of the sayings out there is that all bullies were once bullied, and that probably is the case. There's probably things, but some people misinterpret that as all victims or targets of bullying turn into bullies, and that's not the case. There are many other reasons why people start bullying as well, but also it's not that every victim becomes bully. I was asked that in a youth work interview once, and it destroyed me, because that's far furthest from who I am. But so get a clear understanding of why people bully, and do some work within your group on dealing with that kind of thing. Bullies tend to be broken people, and your job is to mend those broken people. Make sure your group has a designated person for bullying, for victims of bullying or for targets of bullying. Though it's good for everyone to have some knowledge, it is a big undertaking, and people tend to simplify anti-bullying a bit too much, and it's not simple. And so, just like you have a child protection officer and things like that in schools, youth groups or youth groups and youth nights and youth ministries or whatever you want to call them, they should have someone on board who understands bullying, and knows it inside out, and all the cases should be referred to them. That doesn't mean you can't support them at all. It's very key that you support everyone who supports them. But this person should be the one that's gone to by you to ask for advice and stuff, because you do not know everything. Some youth workers seem to think they do, but you don't. But if you have one person within the group who does, brilliant. Be careful not to misinterpret the signs. With a lot of youth groups, you want to encourage a lot of energy and a lot of participation. And they're two things that a lot of targets of bullying do not have. A lot of their energy is taken up with surviving, and they don't want to necessarily put their head above the parapet in case they're attacked by someone else. And so when someone initially comes to your youth group, they might seem like they don't want to get involved. And these sorts of things can be misinterpreted by youth workers, and you can come on too strong to some young people who are a bit afraid. But we want them to get involved in your group. We want them to have belonging in your group. And so it's so key just to be sensitive. If they're sitting on the side and not joining in, it doesn't mean they don't want to, but neither does it mean they should be forced to. You need to treat them, I want to say with kid gloves, but that sounds wrong. You need to treat them with respect and sensitivity, because it's only through respect and sensitivity that they're going to find the courage to be themselves again. And once they find the courage to be themselves again, they will join in. But it is a process, and that is key to understand. It is a process. If you are a volunteer-based youth group, it is highly likely that one of your youth workers will have had experience of bullying in the past. But it is very important not to re-victimise that person. I'll explain what I mean by using an example from a few years ago when I was at a youth group, and the leader of that youth group came up to me with a young person and went, "This is Tom, he was bullied too." And there was this sort of silence when that happened between me and this kid. And it's because, one, you're re-victimising the kid. You're saying to the person, that's it, the only identity this person has is that they're being targeted for bullying at the moment. Plus you're doing that to me, or whoever it is. And it's important to be subtle about it. Yes, you want to partner these people up. And I'm looking very wide for some reason, I do apologise about that. If you do want to partner people up who have similar experiences, But you don't introduce them like that, and you don't, you say, oh, you like Star Wars or something like that. You find something positive to connect people, rather than straight to the negative that you're wanting to restore, you're wanting to deal with. You're not wanting to restore the negative, but you know what I mean. But you shouldn't ever focus on that, because it does damage to the kid, it does damage to your leader, and if you have more damaged people, not worth it. My final tip is to enlist the help of young people. You have one of the greatest resources at your disposal, and most young people actually are caring, and things. And if you got two young people deliberately alongside one target of bullying, that can make the world a difference. And there are many ways. One of the things we're going to be planning to do with Strength Restored is to achieve this, is to just use that resource you have, because it is one phenomenal resource. I hope you've enjoyed this video. There is a fact sheet for you if you want to sign up to our newsletter. If you're signed up, you'll get it straight to your inbox, things, and then a month later it'll be released elsewhere. I'm not sure how that's going to happen quite yet. Otherwise, if you don't want to sign up to our newsletter, just please join us on social media. We're releasing things every day, and we'd love to have you on board. All the links are down in the description, and I look forward to seeing you and interacting with you again soon.